YouTube! Today, we're traveling to Philadelphia, Mississippi. Philadelphia, Mississippi. This one actually wasn't, I don't think it was recommended to me, but I did see in one of my comments in one of the videos, we were talking about how, even the Smithville tornado left, this dug up like 1 or 2 feet of earth as it traveled with just how strong the tornado was. And someone had also mentioned this one to me, how strong it was that it just left this huge trench where all that power was just centralized there. And it got me wondering. I was like, dang, it takes a strong tornado to achieve that. So I want to check it out. So here we are, Philadelphia. Let's watch it.
Wednesday, April 27, 2011. Though 97 tornadoes have already touched down over the past 2 days, residents of the southern and eastern United States are again on high alert as one of the most volatile atmospheric setups ever documented assembles across the region.
I'm dying over here.
Given the obvious danger, a major tornado outbreak is well forecast.
Ooh.
But no amount of warning could possibly be enough.
Dude, look at that. %45%.
For what is about to happen. In the 24-hour period from midnight to midnight, 216 tornadoes touched down, easily setting a new record for the most ever in one day. Of these, 11 will be rated EF4, and 4 will be rated EF5, numbers rarely seen before or since.
So it's just like super strong tornadoes. Holy.
The loss of life, health, and property is almost unfathomable, with more than 300...
Wait, there's the Smithville. Oh, okay. So we've done Smithville and Phil Campbell, Alabama. Wasn't there was something else to the Phil Campbell one. It was something and Phil Campbell that I'd done not too long ago, actually. We'll think of it in a moment.
100 deaths, 3,000 injuries, and $10 billion in
Tuscaloosa,
damages piling up
Alabama.
before the day is over. To those who witnessed the events of April 27 as they
Rainsville.
happened, the seemingly unending onslaught of tornadoes means many individual storms blurred together into one horrific super outbreak. Though the massive amount of devastation makes sifting through the pieces difficult, each tornado was its own tragedy, and each irreparably damaged people's lives. These are some of their stories.
Ah, okay. So this is one of those 2011 tornadoes. Dude, what a horrible, horrible year.
The supercell which produced the Philadelphia EF5 tornado developed at around 1 p.m. south of Jackson, Mississippi. Moving quickly northwest at around 60 miles per hour, it had become severe by 125 and potentially tornadic by 203. At this point, one round of severe weather had already swept through the region early that morning, and most of Mississippi and Alabama was now in the calm before the storm that was to come in just a few hours. For many, this tornado occurred before they even realized the afternoon super outbreak had begun. This, combined with the rural and heavily forested area the tornado affected, led to minimal media coverage and, thankfully, a much reduced human impact. However, even given these factors, the sheer terrifying strength of the storm ensured that it would not be forgotten. The tornado began to form as its parent supercell passed briskly over the northeast edge of the city of Philadelphia. For a long time, the condensation funnel seemed just about to drop to the ground, but hesitated as bystanders watched on.
It's trying, dude. It's trying. Okay, we got, yeah, on the left here. Ledbetter 94.
Fortunately,
Oh,
it would
God.
not touch down until just before leaving the town at Northside Park, where it destroyed fencing, lighting, and dugouts on 2 baseball fields, as well as a historic log cabin, totaling around $250,000 in damages. After leaving the town, the tornado quickly grew to a width of around 900 yards as it began to track almost directly along Highway 21, which it would parallel for just over 13 miles.
900 yards. What is a mile? 1,760 yards? So half a mile wide.
Boys, we are storm chasers. This coming straight.
Those are some fellow hillbillies. Did you hear that? I'm sorry. I had to point that out.
Hey, we storm chasers today, guys.
We storm chasers. I love it.
That son gun's coming straight at us.
Hey, guys, I think I'm about to go this way.
We're gonna go back to my house.
Holy crap, boys. I swear.
Dude. Look at that. That don't appear to be traveling left or right either. They need to go.
Y'all know this thing can change directions.
Brother, you need to leave.
Alright, boys. I think that's about as close as I want her to get.
Yeah. It's going
That's about as close as I want her to get. I love it.
on the other side of the road. It's going around us.
Oh, okay.
Around us.
You need to get out of there.
Hey, y'all, there is a tornado headed your way. Right here at Molly Cox's on the
Alright, let's get up on the bridge. Fuck this, dude. Holy crap, man.
Look, people, don't do that. Look, leave that to the storm chasers that they have radar. They're usually working with a team. They got a ton of information. Don't flirt with death like that. Amazing footage, though. Amazing.
Boys, we can be on storm chasers.
Be some storm chasers.
While still near Highway 21 in northeast Neshoba County, the tornado began producing EF5 level damage for the first time, incredibly doing so without impacting any structures. Here, grass was torn out by the roots and soil was gouged out of the ground.
Can they declare it an EF5 though if it didn't cause damage? I thought that was like part of the rating system now. Like there had to be to homes and buildings and things. That always seemed to be the case.
Producing trenches up to 2 feet deep in some places.
Dude, look at that. Just chewing up earth.
More than anything else, this would become the tornado's calling card, as ground scouring so intense has rarely, if ever, been seen before.
Dude. It pulled that tree and its roots right out of the ground. If you don't understand like how difficult it is to do that to a large tree like that, go watch any video like people are trying to use like a backhoe or tractor or anything to try to pull a tree and its roots out. Watch how difficult it is. So many videos of it destroying the equipment instead. This tornado just ripped it out of the ground like nothing.
Or since. This is made even more unbelievable by the fact.
Okay, now that's insane. So I'm just assuming here. This all used to be as green as the background here up top. And it's just chewed up the soil like that.
Fact that it was traveling at almost 60 miles per hour while doing this, with a relatively small diameter of around half a mile.
I wouldn't call that small. I wouldn't call that relatively small. Half a mile wide tornado is massive. And 60 miles per hour, once again, blows my mind. So this thing's half a mile wide, moving at 60 miles per hour, ripping trees out of the ground like nothing, and just ripping up 2 feet of earth along the way.
The tornado weakened slightly to EF3 strength as it left Neshoba County, but quickly strengthened again to EF5 level as it finally left Highway 21 in northeast Kemper County. Though this was an extremely rural area, there were still structures impacted by the storm, with homes swept completely away to their foundations and cars thrown hundreds of yards and wrapped around trees.
What? Wait a minute. Is that the same picture? The car there wrapped around the tree looks familiar. I feel like I've seen this in another tornado. It could be different. I mean, I with strong tornadoes like this, I'm sure this has happened multiple times. But holy dude. Completely destroyed and wrapped around. Well, I guess that's some of the proof that you needed that this storm was at minimum EF4, EF5 intensity. Completely swept away. I mean, being able to launch a car several hundred yards, even if it's a lighter car, right? You got like a little Prius or something. It is still like insane. Insanely strong. I wonder what the winds were with this one. My lord, dude.
In northeast Kemper County, the only 3 fatalities from the tornado would occur, as a strapped-down double-wide mobile home was thrown approximately 300 yards into the tree line and obliterated, with debris scattered hundreds of yards down the path. There was no evidence to indicate that the home impacted the ground at all on its way to the trees.
That was the exact moment the mobile home was getting hit. I want to know about like tornado warned. But man, you got to keep in mind too. This storm was traveling 60 miles per hour, half a mile wide.
The mobile home was 78-year-old Maxine McDonald and 76-year-old Flory Green, the home's residents, as well as 85-year-old Johnny Green, their sister-in-law, who had driven over just minutes before to warn them of the approaching storm.
Oh man, R.I.P. dude. Holy, I mean, she was trying to give them a heads up, but like, what a disaster! Half a mile wide, 60 miles per hour, and you have a mobile home, and inside that mobile home are elderly people.
She died like she lived, said Angie Clark, Green's daughter, always trying to help someone.
Dude, that's so sad. Just trying to do the right thing and help someone.
The tornado crossed into southeast Winston County, still at full EF5 strength, though it would soon begin to weaken. As it approached Highway 397, it was intercepted by storm chaser Reed Timmer and a full camera crew filming for the Discovery Channel show Storm Chasers.
Oh, Reed
This
Timmer,
encounter
man.
would produce the only high-definition footage of the storm, which is undoubtedly some of the
I seen he had Dominator 3 in a tornado maybe yesterday in Alabama. I think it was Alabama. And it actually like spun their car around, like made it do a 360 and done a little damage to the car from what I've seen. Dude. Reed Timmer and those guys are absolutely insane.
most impressive tornado footage ever recorded.
397 due east of Playtown. Oh my God, look at that horizontal vortices on the left side. Horizontal vortices. All right, I know.
Watch out.
Yeah, Dick, beware, okay? Beware. You're good. Beware.
You gotta make perfectly sure nothing's been expanded beyond.
What a monster.
Yeah, huge. Look at the horizontal vortex, guys. The sinking motion. Houses!
Oh no. Ooh, coat shields. I hate it. And you can see even something that large moving that fast.
The Philadelphia, Mississippi EF5 tornado was on the ground for 30 minutes and traveled just over 28 miles. In all, it killed 3 people, injured 8 others, and caused $1.1 million in damages. Fortunately, low numbers given its unbelievable intensity. Its claim to fame, the 2-foot-deep ground scouring, is still some of the most extreme ever recorded by any tornado, and gives it a legitimate claim to be one of the strongest tornadoes ever. However, as mind-boggling as the storm was, it would quickly be put on the back burner as hundreds more tornadoes tore through the region that afternoon and evening.
Hey, look, as we know, 2011 was insane. I'll always say it, one death's too many. I hate that 3 people passed away. But with, like he said, man, with a storm like it, when you have a half-mile wide tornado at EF5 intensity moving at 60 miles per hour, and only 3 people lose their lives, I don't want to say thank goodness. I'm just thankful that it didn't go through more populated areas. Honestly, that tornado was stout. And to be able to dig up 2 feet of soil and do what it did to that tree, man. So glad this thing didn't go through a heavily populated area. So thankful. Yeah, I mean, 3 deaths, 8 injuries? I hate that, but, that's what could have happened, But, man, it'll never cease to amaze me. You have a tornado that big, half a mile wide, 60 miles per hour, guys. I want you to get in your car, right? And, do the speed limit. If you're in an area that allows you to do 60 and just think about that. That tornado that big is traveling that speed, except for it don't have to worry about taking curves and stopping at stop signs. Like, even if you give a warning, man, the speed is traveling. You would have to, you would need a big heads up to be able to react properly, especially if you live in a mobile home. Like, it's even much weaker tornadoes are going to destroy it. If you live in a mobile home, you go tornado warning, you have a notification that any form of a tornado is heading your way. If you can, you need to get to an underground shelter or find a more well-built home close by. Maybe some neighbors will let you in. Worst case scenario, get to the most centralized area if you can. Try your best to get out of that mobile home, though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I'm in a mobile home, I'm about taking my chances hopping in a car. I know everybody's gonna say it. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. But choose your poison. There is what that is in my eyes. Yeah, dude. 2 feet trenches of just pulling up the dirt. That thing was so strong. So grateful this thing didn't hit a populated area. So grateful. And Reed Timber, you're a wild man. I didn't know he had footage of this particular tornado. That's some good footage. I'm surprised he didn't try getting in it. No, but once again, dude, I've watched a few episodes of Storm Chasers. I've kind of familiarized myself with some of those guys. They're crazy, man. They have these special built vehicles to actually get in the path of the tornado. They have instruments attached to it to get readings and all kinds of craziness. These people are wild. I would never do that. All right. Look, I'm Cheap. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and all that good jazz. We'll catch you in the next one.